Hello, Forge of Empire fans. This video is to guide players who are interested in getting Advance Age Troops for the first time. I'm creating the video to assist you visually with the written guide. The actual guide is written by Uberhelp1 and it's published in the forum. He's a very helpful player, and he actually has an account on Discord, UberNerd14. So let me show you the guide. This is the guide, and you can search on it. It's it's version 2.2 now. It's very lengthy. It has a lot of information, a lot of details. It requires a lot of reading. And I recommend you read the whole thing. But if you're in a rush and you just want to get the troops, or at least to get an understanding of how to get the troops, this visual representation video is for you. So this is the introduction. I'm going to skip it and allow you to read it for yourself. And I'm briefly going to deal with, this is like his menu system. Part 1, early Middle Age to Industrial Age Troops. Part 2 is the PE to the PME blocker. And then Part 3, Contemporary Era and Tomorrow Era Troops. Part 4, the most important part, the Future to Ocean Future Troops. And then Part 5, Strategy and Technical Info. He also has a video guide as Part 6, and he's got notes in Part 7. So basically in Part 1, the first advanced troops you can get, which you can get in Bronze Age and in Iron Age, are, in Bronze Age you can actually get 2 Iron Age Legionnaires, and in Bronze Age and Iron Age you can get 2 heavies from EMA. In EMA and HMA you cannot get any advanced troops. In LMA you can get colonial troops. In colonial you can get industrial troops, and in industrial age you can get all the advanced troops up to future era hovercraft units, which is what you want. Having hovercraft which have the stealth capability and very powerful units while you are in industrial age makes you a very potent force in guild battleground, in player versus player, in guild expedition, but not in quantum incursions. Okay, so let me explain a little bit about how this guide works. The game has quests, a storyline quest, most of whom you cannot abort. You have to follow one after the other, with a number of exceptions, and those exceptions are very important. There's one in LMA, which opens up specific quests for you to do a side quest, and a very specific one in PME, Postmodern Era, which actually needs not to be either aborted or accepted, just let it lie there, so that when you reach future era on the continental map, you can reach the storyline quest for future era, which will allow you to get the troops that you want, the hovercrafts, while you're still in Iron Age. You cannot be in earlier ages and activate those particular quests. You have to be in industrial age. At least we haven't figured out a way to do it in an earlier era. So what do I mean? Well, let me go into the game. So here's the game, and I'm going to go into my technology map. And you can see I've unlocked all the technologies in Iron Age, and I haven't started any technologies in EMA. As soon as I unlock one technology in EMA, I am transformed into the EMA era or age. Okay, so if I pull up my quests, you see I have two quests. At the top, I have a recurring quest. By the way, I'm on the Polish server, so the language is Polish, not really meaningful. And then on the second one, it's the storyline quest. I cannot abort it because when I click on it, I have to go back. There's no choice. I can abort the recurring quest. I have a choice. Red, abort, and whatever color this is, go back to the quest and do it. And this quest asks me to collect 6,000 gold coins. And then I get whatever reward I get here, which is shown in by the die. So do I have a choice? Yeah, okay, so here we go. If I were to click, okay, and you can see that I'm collecting the coins. Do I have enough coins to get to 6,000? I don't think so. I'm a little short. Now, there's another quest. This is a daily quest, and the daily quest require me to have a battle and collect 5 8-hour supply production. So I already collected one before. I just clicked this one here, which was an 8-hour. Now I'm going to switch this one to a 1 hour. And I have these 3 additional ones, which are the 8 hours. And you see flashing. Now I get a green check. It means that particular quest has been fulfilled and I can collect. What do I collect? Watch. I collect 10 wooden bells for the event. Okay, plus points for the castle, which means this is the 4th out of 7. If I get all 7, then I get special. But that's a quest. You fulfill the quest, you get the reward. Okay, now I'm going for the 1 hour so that in 1 hour I will make more coins and I will fulfill that particular 6,000 coin quest. So now I go switch back. As you can see, I have 5,544 coins collected out of 6,000. So basically I need another 460. Okay, so what I can do to fulfill that quest is check my friends list. And you can see I have 29, and that will give me 1,450. So I can actually finish that quest. So let's just do it so you can see what I'm talking about when I collect. I'm just going to go this way and start collecting. I know it's probably annoying that I'm being sidetracked, but I want you to get a feel for how the quests work. The interesting thing about recurring quests, there are 14 types of rewards that you get from doing recurring quests. And I always like to do them because when you get a reward, it's just freebie. And the more freebies you get, the better off you are. So let me just take a few more minutes and just clicking here. And we'll pretty soon get that quest fulfilled, and you will see. Now, what are those 14 rewards? Well, the first time that you start a particular quest, whatever it is, there's a chance you might get diamonds. But once you get the diamonds, as long as you keep doing that quest, you will never get diamonds again. You will get medals instead, okay? So that's one. Another reward is a blueprint from the current age you're in or below. So that's two. And then there are there are 5 rewards of each good. So you get 5 goods of each of the available 5 goods for the current era that you're in. Now, I have a chateau at level 10, and that increases that 5 to 13. So we have 5 plus the 2 mentioned before, that makes it 7. So now the 8th one is 1 medium-sized packet of forge points. And that gives you 5 forge points. And the chateau does not affect it, unfortunately. So no matter how high the chateau, you only get 1 out of the 14 will give you 5 forge points. But that's pretty cool. You know, it accumulates. And that's 8. So that leaves you 6 to 14. So what are the other 6? Well, 1 each of supplies and coins of the large amount. Okay? And 2 each of supplies and coins of the lower amount, which is half the large amount, usually, but not always precisely. So basically, you get 14 rewards. So if you do 14 quests, you get 1 of each. If you do 140 quests, you get 10 of each. So you get 50 forge points by doing 140 quests. At the same time, you get 50 goods of each good when you do 140 quests, multiplied by whatever boost you get from the chateau. So I get an additional 8 goods because my chateau is at level 10. When my chateau goes to level 80, I think it's 30 goods instead of 5. Get 6 times as many. And I'm getting close. What do we have? We have 59.44. I only need to click 2 more. 1 more. And now we've got him, right? And now we got the check mark. So let's see which of those 14 rewards do I get this time. See, I get 13 iron goods instead of 5 because of the boost from my chateau. So, just like this quest, there are other quests. And then the story quest. The story quest, if you go up the line of the different texts, will give you troops. And that's what is outlined in the guide. Now, because I cannot move right now, because this particular quest, see, the recurring quest has changed, and I can abort it and get the next one. And the next one is to research 2 technologies. I'm going to skip that. I'm going to abort that. The next one is to pay 2,000 each, okay? It's called the unbirthday gift. Don't ask me where the name came from, but when I do that, I'm going to get a reward. Again, now I get 8 of a different good. Okay, ebony, and now I get another quest, and this one supply 2 24-hour productions of butchers. Well, right now I don't have it, but I do have 8 butchers in my city. I'll show them to you. See, 2, 4, 6, 8 butchers, and they're all cooking. In 15 hours, I will get that one, and then its partner again in 15 hours. And this one, also in 15 hours. How about this one? Okay, it looks like all of them are at about 15 hours. And now I have this one. This is a tailor. And the tailor in 15 hours will also produce. But the tailor produces the next quest. So I'm aborting this one. And this one, the next one, is asking me to produce 6,000 supplies. Well, a tailor producing 24 hours gives me 8,000 supplies. So I fulfilled that quest. So as you can see, my city is set up for running recurring quests so I get rewards. All right. So now let's go back and go into the guide. So, oops, okay. So these are the troops you get, the Bronze Age only. You need a specific tech to save so you don't get blocked. Okay, and then you get either in Bronze Age or Iron Age, the armored infantry, 2 units. They are both the Legionnaire and the armored infantry are military units that are considered heavy. You have heavy units and you have light units. Heavy units have a very strong defense, a strong punch, but they are limited in movement. Light units have a further range. They move further, but not as strong. So their punch is not as hard or their defense is not as strong as the heavy units. That's why they're called heavy and light. The other 3 types of military units are artillery. In Iron Age, it's the ballistas. Then you have archers, which is, I forget the name. And then you have what's called fast, which in Iron Age is horses or champions. Anyway, so we're going to continue. And basically, you unlock the map, the world map. So let's go back to the game and show you the world map and show you where I have unlocked the map. Okay, so let's go to the map. Here's the world map. And right now I am in industrial age. Okay, and I have unlocked, this is the ship that brought me to industrial age. This is the first province. It's called Okahe, okay? And I basically unlocked it by paying goods for it. I unlocked this one, the second one, Desperation, because it gives me an expansion. Most provinces per each technology, per each age or era, give you 2. Some will give you 3, and some in higher ages will give you more. The one to the left of Desperation is called Las Pinas. You don't want to unlock that because if you do that, it will activate a storyline quest which you cannot abort, and you have to move in to PE in order to complete it, I think, or you have to move into industrial era age to complete it. But you can't do it while you are in either colonial or LMA. But I am able to bypass Las Pinas by going north and going into New Craigshire, and then I went into Ranford, and then I went into Saint Marquis or Saint Mark, and now I'm just waiting for 5 more hours for Carrington. So there are two ways to come here. So I'm taking the back road or going around the way, and this one, once I unlock it, will give me a ship that will let me go to the PE, okay, or progressive era, which is the next one. So now let's go back into the guide. So here we are. So when you are in LMA, you can get the CA troops, 2 field guns, 5 grenadiers, and 2 musketeers. The grenadiers are heavy units. The musketeers are what's called range units. So we have artillery, fast, heavy, light, and range units. Range units have a very strong punch. They can cover some nice distance, and they don't have any defense to speak of, so they can be easily defeated. So to get the 2 musketeers, you complete a specific story quest called Buy Her Freedom or Fight for Freedom. And those come up towards the end of the LMA storyline. Now you need to scout Ravens Creek. I actually skipped Ravens Creek. And Ravens Creek is one of the bonus provinces in LMA. I can go back to the map and show you, but you can see here, see this is Ravens Creek, and all these provinces, they're all bonus creeks. If you go on top of Ravens Creek and Zeldon on the Sea, you have the LMA provinces. On the bottom, in Queen Shop and Ashcrook, you have the colonial provinces. And I went through the colonial provinces and unlocked the province that gave me the ship to take me to industrial age. All right, so next, the guide gives you the cost for each goods that you need for each one of the LMA bonus negotiations. But there's a warning. When you unlock these, don't unlock both Queen's Shop and Ashcroft before you complete it, because if you do that, you will not get all the troops that are available for you. You'll only get 2 out of the 5, grenadiers. Yep. Not all 5. You lose out on 3 of them. Okay. So we don't need the spoiler. So you get the idea of how to move about, okay? And then the next, you get industrial age groups, and you have to move into colonial to get them. Now, industrial age groups and PE, which is the next one, are tricky because until now, it didn't matter which way you chose, but in the industrial age, the choice you make of whether you attack or negotiate a province to unlock it will determine which troops you get. These are all the military techs and residential techs and production techs you will need. So the guide tells you the things that you actually need to do and save. So when you're moving up into a particular age or era, you don't want to unlock all the technologies. You want to save them because some of these technologies will be required as you move up the storyline quest tree. And all of that is outlined in the guide. So here is a flowchart. These are all the quests. Woo! And you can see, you can choose green or red. You negotiate or you fight. And that gives you the different choices of units and the amount of diamonds. In this particular case, there's one quest that gives you diamonds, but the number of diamonds is a function of which way you navigated. Okay, so you can see here, and it gets pretty hairy, but that's why you want to read and understand it. But the way the guide shows you, see here it doesn't matter. You get these troops whichever way you go, but here it does matter, okay? So let's go back, close this up. And now the next thing, which is critical, is progressive era to PE. The good thing is the guide shows you how to get the troops to help you fight successfully in the higher age, higher era provinces without having to negotiate. Because negotiating PE, negotiating modern era and postmodern era, and then negotiating, this is a particular specific item that you will need. So you have to be careful how to unlock this particular technology, so you can either get the police station or you can actually get the police station because it's available as a reward in an event that is ongoing. For instance, right now we have the winter event. And in the winter event, sometimes a particular building is available as a reward. Now, it's not always the police station in the industrial age. It could be another one. But if you're lucky, you can hit it, and then you don't have to unlock that particular technology. So you can save it. So now, for the middle era troops, to get them, it's important that you fight successfully on the ME map, the first two provinces. And again, the guide shows you the name of the provinces and what you need to do. Okay? Which ones you fight, which one negotiate, okay, in order to get what you need. These are the negotiation cost chart. Again, the troops in PME. Now the nice thing is you get 5 MG teams. The 5 MG teams are very, very powerful. Why? Because when you hit an MG team and you are within 6 spaces from it, he will hit you back. So he's a very powerful unit. And with that, you can really reach all the way up to future era and get the future era troops. Okay, so the next map, and here it specifically talks about skipping the PME tech blocker. Prior to finding the way to skip the PME tech blocker, you could not get future era hovercraft units while you were in industrial age, but now you can, thanks to this particular ability to sidestep this particular technology. Okay, contemporary era and tomorrow era, when you clear the map, there are two provinces that you need to be careful. Because if you take these two provinces, you will trigger a technology quest that you cannot bypass. It'll be a block, and the only way to bypass is to be in the particular. I always forget the name. In the contemporary era. So by not, you can scout these provinces. You can even take part of the province, but not completely. Okay? So you need to unlock 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the 12 provinces. The same for the tomorrow era. You have these three provinces that you need to skip. Once you skip them, you complete the map, unlocking the tomorrow province map and the world map, and then you come. Now, if you do want TE troops, you need to fight the first one. Otherwise, negotiate. And he's got the layout. Okay? So which one you fight, which one you negotiate to get the troops. Now comes the fun part. It's important that for future era, you negotiate the first province. And these will be the troops you will get when you follow the guide. And you need the two technologies, okay? And that will allow you to complete the FE. Now, once you complete the FE storyline, you can go into the Arctic and then ocean, the next two, and that completes. But here's the spoiler about the first particular. Okay, so the first province is Agadar, and you must negotiate that. If you fight, you will only get one hovercraft, not all three. Sorry, 3 or 4, I forget. Let's go back and look. 4 hovercrafts, right. By negotiating that first province in future era, you will unlock a particular quest that will give you 3 hovercrafts. And that's basically it. So you are more than welcome to contact me and ask me any questions. Now, Arctic era troops. It lists all the units. They're very handy when you are in Iron Age, in Industrial Age, and you use these troops for your defense of your city, both in player versus player and in your city. Okay. Only thing I still want to come back to is way back in the beginning, in LMA, it's important that before you start unlocking the first bonus province, that you complete all the side quests. The guy doesn't mention it. In one of the cities that I was going for advanced troops, I was in a hurry, okay, and I skipped that. So I didn't wait for all my side quests to be completed. And when I unlocked here the LMA bonus, when I unlocked Ravens Creek, I did not trigger the storyline that gives me the extra troops because all my side quests were not complete. Remember that. And that's basically it. So let me go back and jump into my game. And let's go back again and take a look at my maps. And now, as you can see, we got 5 more hours to unlock Carrington. So I'm clicking on the ship, and that gives me the map. And here's my original map. Here's my Bronze Age. Okay. That was the first one, During the Sun. That was part of the tutorial. And here are my HMA. Okay. HMA provinces. And here are actually, this is already colonial. Okay. So basically, HMA comes down here and then goes up here to LMA. This is the first LMA province. And LMA gives you 3 expansion provinces. One here. Hard to see because they're so bunched up. So there's 1, there's 2 here. And next to it, there's the 3rd one. Okay, so Mount Kilmore, Sperth, and Cunningham are the 3 expansion provinces in LMA. And as you can see, all the bonus quests have no names because I'm scouting a province in Industrial Age. Okay, now the nice thing is that because the game is giving you all these buildings, you get the bonus as far as attack and defense. And as you see, my attack, red, is 389/225, or 223, sorry. Blue, which is for GE 5th level, 248/146. I haven't had a chance to earn any buildings that give me defensive attack or defensive defense for use both in GE and in sometimes the province will give you, like here, I get this building. This is the winter event building. The Imperium Yokitomo, which I have upgraded to the gold level, and it shows you the, the attack. It also gives me 15% attack bonus for raids, which is all the way at the bottom, right here. Okay. I also have 11 aqueducts down in my raids, but the way they've changed the requirements in the game by today. Today's, I think, tomorrow will be the last day in quantum incursions. And they have like a 300% already, some ridiculous number that me being a new user, I've only been on this particular game right here. How many days have I been playing? Okay, so 4 weeks. Today's the first day of the 5th week that I've been playing the game. Keep in mind the first 5 days I was in Bronze Age. So I only started Iron Age 3.5 weeks ago. And here is why. Here's my chateau, level 10. If I enter my chateau, you see I get 250% bonus for whatever reward I get, which does not apply to the blueprints and to the medium-sized forge pack of 5 forge points. It does apply to the diamonds or medals. So next time I get a quest that gives me 20 medals, I will add 250% to that, which gives me 350% of the total, because I start out with 100. That's why I get 5 goods plus 8. 250, 2.5 times 5 gives me 8, which altogether gives me 13 goods for my chateau. I think I have those numbers right. Same with the coins, both the large pack and the small pack. In fact, because the coins in the specific unbirthday gift, when you get in Iron Age, Chateau to level 72, you can do what's called a perpetual motion. You only do the unbirthday gift quest and you skip all the others, then you will just keep getting the rewards. And because of that, the game put a block of a limit of only 2,000 aborts per day. So I can only abort each quest 2,000 times. So if I have 8 quests, one of them is the birthday gift, that means for a series, I need to abort 7 of them. So if you take 2,000 and divide it by 7, that's how many quests you can do in one day. But if you add other quests, like the 2 butchers, or the supply, or the coin, then you reduce the amount of quests that you need to abort, and that expands the total number of recurring quests that you can do in one day. I think I'm pretty much done, and I hope I was clear and helpful for you in following up and using the Advance Age Troop Guide created by Uberhelp1, also known as UberNerd14 in Discord. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.